The Bad Boys Podcast brought to you by Man Up Down Under, high-performing underwear that cups your junk like the soft hands of an angel. Visit manupdownunder.com.au.
Today on the show, we get fired up about the crazy shit going on in the music world.
Do we really know what Netflix and chill means? We do now.
And if being a teacher isn't bad enough, one teacher gets fired for something that you just won't believe.
All that and more on the Bad Boys Podcast. If you want the hard-hitting journalism of Four Corners, the reliable current affairs of, well, a current affair, and the planning that goes into classy shows like The Project, then you've tuned into the wrong podcast. It's comedy, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and news stories that makes Fox News sound like an episode of The Muppets. Or maybe it's the other way around. Conversations no one wants to have, but everyone wants to hear. This is the Bad Boys Podcast. Welcome to Bad Boys Podcast. Andrew said he was disappointed with me during the intro.
I am, mate. I'm very disappointed. We've been at this for about 2 years, and not once, and I've got to say, not once, have I ever seen you dance to our theme song.
Have you seen me dance?
No, so it's probably fortunate that you haven't, but I dance every single time at the theme song. I love that theme song.
Apparently, I look like a sim when I'm dancing.
Right. Actually,
when I'm walking. In fact, I pretty much look like a sim anytime.
Are you sure you're not a robot?
I might be. We are watching Westworld again, and I've got to say, holy shit.
Yeah, look, actually, I really like Westworld. In fact, we could probably get into it again because we lost it a little bit in the back half of season 3, so we definitely need to get back into it.
Yeah, what a great series. So many layers. Layers. Bit like this show,
absolutely.
Really. Multiple layers to it.
Right. Yeah, just like the
Just
Bad Boys
like the Bad Boys Podcast.
So many layers. Most of those layers are fucking dodgy, but layers nonetheless.
You just peel them off and see what's underneath.
Right.
There's a lot happening in the music industry, and we've got Neil Young up against Joe Rogan.
What's that about? Neil Young versus Joe Rogan. I mean, really?
The guy's a music legend.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, there's no arguing there. But seriously, a couple of things going on here. So for people who don't know what's happening, Neil Young put a big press release out basically saying Joe Rogan on the Joe Rogan Experience, the biggest podcast in the world, mind you, has been daring to have an alternative opinion on all of this COVID mess, God help him, and that Neil Young says that Spotify is peddling bullshit, basically, via Joe Rogan, and basically Spotify have to make a decision. It's either Joe Rogan or Neil Young.
This town ain't big enough for the two of us, and one of us has got to go.
Yeah, that's right. So, of course, Spotify didn't do anything. Then Neil Young said, all right, take my music off. And Spotify basically went, no problem.
Okay.
We'd love to have you back.
Look, love or hate Joe Rogan, right? I mean, he says some things that burrs up everyone, and you know, like some people hang on his every word. Other people just can't stand a bar of him, right?
Sure,
that's fine. You know,
isn't that part of free society?
Yeah.
Isn't that the whole fucking point?
Yeah,
not just of his show, but of life and your opinion, my opinion, someone else's opinion. Great, let's all share our opinions and agree to disagree and move on.
He's a shock jock. That's what he is, right? He's a shock. He says things that he knows will get a reaction. But the issue really is that you've got an artist that I'm sure makes a fair bit of coin for Spotify that is demanding that Spotify remove someone that they have paid over $100 million to for
I heard
Spotify.
it was something like $200 million US.
It's kind of
Joe
unknown.
Rogan was paid for his podcast to go exclusive on Spotify.
Kind of unknown. But this is the point. They're not going to turn around and go, oh, okay, yes, we'll take him off. We've just pissed that $100 million up against a wall. No, they're not going to do that.
Right. And look, what has the guy done? Has he done anything illegal? No. Has he harmed anyone? No.
He's expressed his viewpoint.
He's got a different opinion, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
But the point being is, can't we have differences of opinion anymore? Must we all think exactly the same way? And if we don't, we're cancelled, shut down, there's the door, thank you very much? That's bullshit.
Even Meatloaf, who passed away sadly, last week.
Right.
It's come out that maybe he was against vaccines, and they want the family to do up a press release about it. It's like, just let the guy die. Seriously. Let his legacy of incredible music live on.
So what if he had a different view? The guy was a fucking legend.
Exactly.
And he passed away.
Yeah.
He left a legacy behind him and stuff like that. Let's celebrate that. Who gives two shits if he had a difference of opinion?
Exactly.
Can't cancel the dead unless you're Michael Jackson, of course.
Exactly. Because everyone has a difference of opinion. Everyone has their own opinion. Like, take Kanye West, for example.
Yeah. Sorry. Every time I hear that guy, I got to laugh. I don't get him. I don't understand him. I think the guy's a fucking turkey in pajamas. I really do. Like, it just...
He's just got such a unique sense of belonging in this world, hasn't he?
Right. Okay. Putting aside what a fucking ridiculous idea running for president. I mean, seriously.
Could have worked.
If that doesn't make you the biggest asshat in the world, I just don't know what does.
And then he put out a gospel album, right? And started churches all over America, right?
Look, everybody's entitled to whatever faith there is. That is totally fine. But I'm telling you right now, rap and the church, don't do it.
No, it just doesn't.
Don't do it.
Just doesn't
like
correlate.
Country and church is bad enough.
Yeah. So he's now come out and he's gone, okay, I want to come to Australia. I've got an anti-vax viewpoint, and I want to come to Australia, but my visa could be denied under the same rules that we used to deport Djokovic, right?
Right. Okay. So, yeah, that's right. So Australian government stepped up and gone, well, we can't have one rule for one person and a different rule for everybody else.
But he's Kanye West. Come on. He's Kanye West.
Yeah, he's a fucking turkey in pajamas is what he is.
Now, okay, if that isn't bad enough, right, that he's now going to, challenge Scott Morrison, which I'm sure Scott's really looking forward to that one.
I'd be looking forward to that too. I mean, Scott Morrison, look, everybody knows the guy's an even bigger turkey in a suit, as it turns out. Look, who cares about Scott Morrison? The fact is that Kanye West wants to come and tour in Australia, and the Australian government are going to do everything they possibly can. Personally, I'm behind the government on this thing. They'd be doing Australia a fucking favour.
Yeah, but now, okay, what really gets my goat, right, putting all of that aside, is that this guy thinks that he can come into Australia and tell the AFL for their opening round between St Kilda and Collingwood, which is going to be an epic match, by the way, for all the St Kilda and Collingwood fans out there. Right. He's said to the AFL, look, I'm sorry, but I actually want to perform at Marvel Stadium, so you're going to have to move. Right. 100,000 people go to the games, right? COVID or not COVID.
That's right. And AFL just went, oh, yeah.
Fuck off.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, who are you? Who's this Kanye West guy? Anybody heard of this turkey? No, nobody knows.
Like seriously, like Kanye West. Like just when you think he's like the gift that keeps giving, isn't he? Just when you think he's given enough, he just comes out with more.
You know what he reminds me of? That gift that keeps giving. It's like my morning fucking turd. That shit hangs around. Ask Michelle. I mean, seriously, that thing hangs around like till Christmas and you just can't get rid of the smell. That's Kanye West. I'm sorry. The guy's a turkey. I don't even like his music, but look, whatevs.
Now, speaking of another gospel singer, I've got to give a shout out to someone who passed away last week as well. The rock and roll nun, Janet Mead. Do you remember the rock and roll version of the Lord's Prayer from 1973? Hit the charts.
Look, not only do I remember it, Hey, okay.
You used to dance to it, right?
I can't believe I'm actually going to fucking admit this.
Okay, go on.
Jesus. Okay. Let's insert a drum roll in here just to build up the anticipation.
Okay, drum roll.
I used to play in a church band.
No.
Fuck. God,
Really?
I feel unclean now. I need to go and have a shower. Fuck me. Yeah. My parents are staunchly Catholic. Don't hold that against them, please. They're good people. And they love me and I love them dearly. But we used to go to a church regularly every Sunday and joined the youth group and all that sort of stuff. Look, I was too young to know any different. I couldn't even fucking dress myself properly. I used to go to church and play in the band. My brothers used to play in the band as well.
What did you do? What, play the tambourine?
Oh, fuck, it gets worse.
Oh, come on, go on.
Oh, fuck. God, I'm in it now. This is how fucking bad I am. Bad boys. Oh, fuck me. I can't say it.
Go on, say it. Say it.
I used to play the clarinet.
Sorry.
Fuck me. I've got photos of me in a lemon yellow suit playing the clarinet at the church band. So we used to sing that version of, Our Father or whatever it was.
I'm just trying to catch my breath here. Hang on a sec. I'm trying to picture you in a yellow suit playing
Lemon yellow. Not cool yellow. Not like hip hop yellow.
Lemon yellow suit with a clarinet.
This is early 80s too. Big glasses, fucking crazy, stupid hair. Like not cool crazy either. Like as in demented Christian fucking nun crazy.
Oh, well, I wish Janet Mead was still alive. We could have had her on the show. You could have done a duet.
Oh, wow. Look, honestly, I would never wish that on anybody. The really funny thing was?
What?
Church was great to pick up chicks. Fucking great to pick up chicks. I picked up chicks, get this, playing the clarinet in the church band in the lemon yellow suit.
Man, they must have been desperate.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, did you feel guilty afterwards?
Strangely, no. No, everybody knows good Catholic girls and stuff like that are begging for it.
Yeah, and Catholic guilt doesn't go very far, does it? Straight into the confessionary. Yeah. That's it. All over.
Right.
Done.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Oh no. Hey, I don't even know where to go after that.
Our listenership has just gone to new lows.
Oh dearie me. Is this the time that I should actually pipe up and say that I used to be in a church band as well?
Oh, look, but you know what? That kind of works. That kind of works, really.
Oh, really? Wow.
I got to say, church bands and like teenagers going to church and stuff like that has destroyed generations of young men all over the fucking country. I mean, seriously.
Oh, no.
No wonder we're all rebelling against society now.
Now, the one thing that helps guys is a good car. So maybe we should just go to our sponsor.
Right, okay, yeah.
I'm throwing you a lifeline here.
Oh, thank you.
Yourself.
Yeah, look, these guys, awesome. They've got an R8, a club sport, fully customised. This thing's an absolute rocket and beautiful and luxurious at that. I can't wait to see it in the flesh. I really can't. I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful machine. So
hang on. Are you saying that you're going to win? So that's how you're going to see
look,
it?
Whether I win it or not, I don't care. Look, I just think it's just a gorgeous machine. Anybody who wins this, this is, of course, iconicmotorhouse.com. Yes. The guys and gals over there and stuff like that are giving it away, and you can buy tickets by going to iconicmotorhouse.com and everything like that. And they've now got a second one, which is actually coming up about a month later and everything like that. And we'll talk about that in more detail in a later show. But it is a HDT, Holden Dealer Team, special
nice
edition that's never, ever been done before. It is genuinely one of a kind. And It's that's going to be just a really, really, really special machine. That's another clubby as well, but
and a big shout out to Headspace, which is the organisation that they donate all of their profits to, and Headspace helps people with mental illness and it's a fantastic organisation.
They do a great job, particularly with the teens who really need someone to talk to at the moment, someone who's independent, someone who's, going to look after them and treat them well and all that sort of stuff. Look, I know kids that have had some really great work with Headspace and they are much better for it. Like I'm telling you, the guys and girls at Headspace are great, and Iconic are fully supporting them and providing part of the profits effectively to them as well, and not just a small part. They've been very generous about it as well.
Exactly.
So that's awesome.
Well, that's fantastic. You should check out Headspace, but definitely go and check out Iconic Motor House. It's HAUS, so it's iconicmotorhouse.com, and grab yourself a membership because time is running out. I think at the end of the month, the first draw is.
Yeah, I think it's actually somewhere mid-Feb.
Yep. Awesome.
Yep.
Fantastic. Make sure you check it out. This is the Bad Boys Podcast. Welcome back to Bad Boys Podcast. I'm still trying to. I'm actually thinking of you sitting in that club sport in your yellow, lemon yellow suit and a clarinet, going, "Hey."
Oh mate, fuck! That's going to give you a stiffy if anything is, isn't it? Jesus.
Hey, I got a question for you, right? Do you know? Have you ever heard the phrase Netflix and chill?
I'm assuming it means, sit with your mate, grab some mates, watch some Netflix, and just chill out. Grab a bit of food, maybe, and just sit back in your comfies.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought it was too. But I confronted the Urban Dictionary. I consulted the Urban Dictionary. It was very confronting when I found out what it was. It's actually a euphemism for inviting someone over to your place for sex.
Oh, it's a dating kind of
as in,
hookup thing.
Hey, do you want to come over and Netflix and chill tonight? Yeah.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah. So we were at the shops on Australia Day, just sort of wandering around and the young guy was at the counter, was just engaging in some just casual conversation. It's like, oh, what are your plans for Australia Day? And Tanya had no idea. She just said, oh, we're gonna have some Netflix and chill.
Nice. Waka waka.
Now I kind of had heard what it meant, so I'm just like, oh my God, I'm not gonna say anything. I came back home and I said, oh, by the way, I just wanted to know, do you know what the term Netflix and chill meant? And she went, no, we'll just sit down and watch some Netflix. I told her. She was mortified, absolutely mortified.
Then Netflix and chill, I got to say, that's got to be up there with couch sex. Couch sex is the best goddamn sex on the world, and nobody's going to convince me otherwise.
But as an older generation, right? How many times do we say things that now have different meanings?
Right. Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, that's right.
All the time. I mean, like green M&M. I've just got to say. Do you know what the green M&M is?
The green M&M. No.
Yeah.
No.
So apparently, a green M&M is a term for the hottest, most fuckable person out there. That's a dominatrix as well.
That explains why everybody keeps calling me a green M&M. I thought they were saying I was some type of vegan rapper or something. I was getting my knickers all in a knot. I'm going, I'm not fucking vegan. Fuck off.
And the other thing is, when people say, oh, you're in our thoughts and prayers.
Right. Okay.
Right,
who doesn't say
we
that?
all say that.
Right.
You're in our thoughts.
Particularly when someone dies or, someone's getting divorced or.
It means something else now.
Right.
It means I don't give a fuck.
You're in our thoughts and prayers means I don't give a fuck. Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I'm going to have to start using it more.
So, there is so many different terms out there. We've just got to be careful what we say and how we say it these days.
Or
keep
everybody in our thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the Bad Boys for you. Bad Boys FM, keeping you in our thoughts and prayers. Because we just don't give a fuck.
But there's also one that it's a new term that's come up because of COVID that I thought about you when I heard this. Right. Have you heard of the COVID Dutch oven?
Oh, well, okay. So I know what a Dutch oven is and stuff. And trust me, my partner, Michelle, she really does know what a Dutch oven is. I mean, seriously, my bruises have only just healed up after the last one. So
a COVID Dutch oven is when you do a really bad burp with your mask on and you can smell your own breath.
Ooh, yowzers.
I know. Sometimes when you're walking along with that mask on, it's like, I've just got to take it off.
And I've got to say, butter fucking chicken. Butter chicken. That is the nastiest shit on the planet to be burping into a mask on. I mean, that shit just be leaching for hours. It repeats on you like crazy. Nasty fucking shit. But it tastes bloody delicious.
So there you go.
So that Netflix and chill, all right.
Don't go around telling Netflix everyone you're doing Netflix and chill unless you're doing Netflix and chill. Yeah.
I tell you what. There is one person that ain't chilling at the moment. That's a teacher.
Oh, yes, I heard about this.
Right.
Oh
so to fill everybody in. Actually, you know what? Let's play the audio.
Okay, I've got to rant for a minute. Just when I thought school couldn't get any weirder, it did today. I'm a sub, and the most important thing we do is take rolls so the school gets paid. So I'm looking at the seating chart as I'm going up and down the rows and marking who's here and who's not. I get to the third row and I hear this, meow. Excuse me? Excuse me? I start looking on the ground, go to the fourth row, everything's good. Go to the fifth row, everybody's there. Then I hear, meow. I'm like, okay, what's up with that? Who's doing it? And this little girl in the very front row says, you have to meow back at him. He identifies as a cat. Are you kidding me? Said, is there a litter box in here somewhere? My sarcasm self probably shouldn't have said that. He gets up and he storms out of the classroom. And I'm like, rough. And of course, the entire class is laughing. And I think, no problem, no foul. I go to the office. You ready for this? To check out. They said, we no longer need your services if you can't identify with all the children in the classroom. And you wonder why they don't have any subs. I told the lady, I said, I didn't know cats were considered people. I thought they were pets. Another school off my list.
So,
right.
Okay.
Fuck me. Okay. I mean, holy shit. What's next?
As if it couldn't get any weirder, right?
Okay, just officially, for the record, we Bad Boys ain't got any issue with anybody identifying however the fuck they want. That's fine, right? But a couple of things going on here, right? If a boy wants to identify as a girl wants to identify as a boy, who are we to say they can't or anything like that, right? Whatevs. But, okay, first of all, a cat.
A cat.
Cats don't go to school. Cats stay home and lick themselves. End of story. That's all they do. They eat, they sleep, they lick themselves. That's it. Right? So what is a cat doing at school?
Well, but she's right. It's like, is there a litter box around here? Like, should they have a litter box?
Right.
And what would they do if they actually went and took a dump in the litter box in the middle of class? Oh, that's okay because you're a cat.
Right. Yeah, shit, that'd be the gift that keeps on giving. I'll be telling you that. But, like, seriously, what if the child identifies as an attack helicopter? Like, seriously, how the fuck do you respond to that, right? If the child identifies as a Middle Eastern Arabian Night, does the teacher need to respond in Arabic? What if, like, seriously, like, fuck me. It's not as if teachers don't have it bad enough already. Like, really, they've got to deal with your obnoxious little shits that just can't think for themselves or anything like that. They've got to have everything spoon-fed to them. They get a fucking participation trophy for shitting in the toilet, for crying out loud. So how on earth is a teacher supposed to know?
I think it's funny because like this teacher has just innocently replied and said, are you kidding me? Is there a litter box in here somewhere? And so
fucking great.
The boy who thinks he's a cat took offense and stormed out. So what does she do? She doesn't, say, hey, come back here. She goes, roof.
Roof. Oh, really?
I reckon I would have been the same. I would have been the same. Seriously.
Like, this is fucking madness. All of it is absolute madness. Basically not hiring a teacher or effectively firing a teacher because she didn't know, for starters. And even if she did know, she didn't want to respond by meowing back. Like,
well, why should she meow back? Because she's not a cat.
She doesn't
identify as a cat.
Right. I don't speak fucking cat. I don't speak Arabic. I don't speak Vietnamese. I don't speak Donald fucking Trump. Like, seriously, it doesn't mean that I don't like them all or anything like that, or that they're not appropriate or anything like that. But seriously, like, far out.
There you go. Yeah, like I thought that I had heard it all. This student who identifies as a cat is going on our shit list this week because of that, this poor woman has been fired.
Right, she's fucking famous now.
She's famous.
I mean, she's going to be like an Instagram influencer after that bloody video.
No school's going to hire her though. Just in case she offends another. I don't know.
As it turns out, I don't think anybody's going to hire the cat because cats don't fucking work.
They just sit around
unless
licking
you want
their
someone
balls
to
all
sit
day.
there at a strip club or something and lick themselves. I mean, shit, you get fucking tips for that stuff if you can do it properly.
God.
Holy shit. I mean, what's the world coming to, really?
Speaking of balls.
Right. Nice segue.
Nice segue there.
Yeah.
Now, we have a new ad that we want to air right now for Man Up Down Under. Take a listen to this.
Oh, yeah. We all know ladies make an effort. They doll up, dress up, and when it comes to the most important moment of their evening, their attention to detail is in their choice of what's under their dress. It's time for men to man up down under. Make the effort with underwear that's comfortable, lets your package breathe, and keeps a smile on her face. Visit manupdownunder.com.au and buy a week's supply for your package. Man Up Down Under. Underwear that cups your junk like the soft hands of an angel. Oh, yeah.
There you go. Look, it's time to Man Up Down Under. So head over to manupdownunder.com.au and grab yourself a week's supply.
Yeah. You'll be doing yourself a favour and doing your junk a favour as well.
This is the Bad Boys Podcast. Welcome back to Bad Boys Podcast. In our next show on Friday, we are going to have a special guest, someone who was actually on the show as a cast of The Walking Dead. He's
part of the Walking Dead family.
Yes, yep. He is. He was only in one small sort of scene, but we've managed to get someone from Walking Dead on. That's our claim to fame now.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, but I was just thinking about movies and that, and you mentioned that Fight Club in China has been changed.
Look, China's on my shit list for so many different things. Right? We could be doing an entire season of things about the Chinese government and what they do that piss me off.
Yeah.
Right? And look, nobody needs any education on this. You look at anywhere in the Western media for the last couple of years and stuff like that, and there's that much funny stuff coming out of the Chinese government. First of all, like their excuse for how they released, coronavirus, saying, "Oh, it didn't come from a lab; it came from a bat." Look,
yeah.
Okay. If the Chinese are fucking bats and stuff like that, and therefore getting the disease, that's up to them. Whatever. Who am I to judge them? But fucking with Fight Club, that shit will start wars.
Yeah, absolutely. But see, but okay. So just explain what they did.
Right. Okay. So, Fight Club. Everybody knows the movie Fight Club. Edward Norton, Brad Pitt, remarkable movie. Comes to a really big crescendo at the end. Massive realization is had. Tyler Durden, who's played by Brad Pitt, effectively creates Operation Mayhem, builds himself a bit of an army. And the whole point of it is, right at the very end, is to bring down the buildings of major credit card companies all over America, but in this particular place, in one particular city. And if you drop the buildings, then all of the heat, in theory, all of the records go back to zero. All the debt is wiped, right? However, the Chinese didn't want people thinking that you can overthrow a government, right?
Yeah.
That you could create mayhem and stuff like that, despite the fact the entire movie is about this, right? Anyway, so when it came to the final set of scenes where Edward Norton is up in one of these buildings ready to view, Tyler Durden's there, and the big realization he's had about what's going on in the movie.
Yeah.
The Chinese government decided to censor it at that point. So they cut to a screen with a bunch of text, and the text says this: through the clue provided by Tyler, of course, the clue wasn't provided by Tyler, it was actually provided by Edward Norton's character, but anyway. So they got it wrong. The police rapidly figured out the whole plan and arrested all criminals, successfully preventing the bomb from exploding. After the trial, Tyler was sent to lunatic asylum receiving psychological treatment. He was discharged from the hospital in 2012. Okay, so there's so many fucking things wrong with this. One, it's factually incorrect. Two, the English is terrible. But, hey, the Chinese, so fair enough. My Chinese is shit too. But seriously.
Yeah, but the good thing about this, right, the original Fight Club, there could be no sequel because, you know, the buildings were destroyed. I'm waiting for the sequel to this one, you know. Tyler Durden
because he was
comes
discharged
out
from
of
hospital.
Yeah, psych hospital. He's like hell-bent on destroying everything now.
Well, no, he's received a psychological treatment, so he's healed and fixed. So now he's currently working in Walmart, checking everybody's, checking the stock and making sure the prices are right. Living the dream, mate.
Apparently there's been other movies that have been cut as well. China cut the scenes depicting Queen singer Freddie Mercury's sexuality from the 2019 film Bohemian Rhapsody.
They have issues with homosexuality.
Yeah.
Right.
Apparently the nudity and violence was taken out of the X-Men movie Logan. Apparently,
wow.
Yeah, apparently that was...
And look,
I've
been in Asia as well. Thailand does a bit of the same, where there's a sex scene and they literally blur the image so that you can't see a fucking thing. And you kind of just hear what's going on in the background. And then eventually you get past that scene and the right kind of image comes. So it's a little bit weird when it first happens.
At Iron Man 3, so when when Tony Stark was dying... in Iron Man 3 in China, they had a Chinese doctor spliced in to save his life in the Chinese releases.
Seriously,
right?
You're censoring a superhero.
Well, look, it happens. So, okay, I was actually over in China, and I had a guide with me, and we went into Tiananmen Square, and I turned to the guide and I said, this is where the tanks were, and the student, that very famous image with the student standing up against the tank, right?
With his bags of shopping.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not going to move, right? And the Chinese guide turned to me and he said, no, that never happened. And I said, pretty sure I did because I've seen the pictures. And he went, no, that's Western propaganda.
Yeah, right. You need to be careful what you say to Chinese guides. You'll be in for a cavity search like you've never had before.
See, so there you go. Like, they actually have convinced everyone in China that didn't happen, and that any images that happened to be filtered through the internet that maybe they didn't censor, it's just Western propaganda.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
And they're trying to do the same now with Hong Kong and also Taiwan and all that sort of stuff, and anybody else who they fucking invade over time.
Well, they even got to the point where they ordered The Simpsons change one of their episodes because Simpsons is still big over in China. The Simpsons had to change an episode where they actually included the Tiananmen Square joke in it. So,
oh right. And look, for the record as well, we're not anti-Chinese. We love Chinese people. I'm not anti-American. I love American people. I'm not anti-Iranians. I love Iranian people. I love all people. It's just the American government is fucked. The Chinese government are a bunch of wankers. And look, Australian government, no fucking different either. They're a bunch of tossers. So basically, you could imagine that I've got a bit of an issue with authority. And you know what? I'm okay with that.
Possibly.
Quite comfortable with that, in fact.
But they've even don't like Keanu Reeves as well.
Right. They're pissed at Keanu. Keanu is going for a sainthood. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to be Saint Keanu.
Exactly.
We're going to be hanging out, giving all of our shit away in the name of Saint Keanu. The guy is a fucking legend. He can't do anything wrong. Look, in my opinion, can't act for shit. Yeah. But he's such a nice guy. Just get a bronze statue of him and let that do the acting. I think he'll do a better job. But Keanu is attending the Tibet House US benefit concert in March. So he's attending it. He's there with other celebrities. I'm not too sure if he's going to sing or anything. From what I can understand, he can play a bit of a guitar or something. Like I think he's a bit of a rocker. I like the dude. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy. He does a lot of good things for a lot of people. The world needs more of him. There's no question about that. But China's seriously pissed with him because he's supporting Tibet. And if that's the case, then China needs to be pissed with every decent person in the world, because if you are siding with the Chinese on the Tibet issue, in all honesty with you, you just need to go out the back and shoot yourself.
Well, I actually did a little bit of video work for the Dalai Lama, believe it or not, yes, when he was touring around Australia. And one of the things that I did was actually the video had a map of Tibet. And I went to the Australian Tibet Council and said, here's the video. And they said, oh, you're going to have to do it again. I said, why is that? And they said, that's the wrong Tibet. I said, what do you mean? And they said, no, the Tibet that you've shown is just what China wants you to think Tibet is, but it's actually bigger. So China has changed on all of the maps, has changed the size of Tibet.
And they done exactly the same with Taiwan as well.
Yeah.
Nobody is allowed to show a map of Taiwan because Taiwan are part of China. So they have to show a map of China, including the island that is known as, the Chinese call it Taipei. And Qantas got caught up in the mix of that as well.
Really?
They were doing a flight to Taiwan and they showed Taiwan and the Chinese thought that they showed it as an independent country.
Wow.
And they threatened to ban Qantas from China.
Yeah.
So I think China's on our shit list too, but just by default. By the way.
I think they're on everyone's shit list. Before we finish, you wanted to give a bit of a shout out.
I do absolutely. Look, big shout out to Ash Barty and Dylan Olcott. Look, Ash, we love you. Australia is behind you. We love everything that you're doing. I'm telling you, this woman, who is Australia's leading female tennis player at the moment, she's nothing short of a rock star. She's into the grand final of the Australian Open for the first time in 42 years. Any Australian has been in the grand final of the Australian Open.
Yeah.
So even all your Pat Rafters, your Leighton Hewitts and all that sort of stuff never got that Guernsey. And look, Dylan Olcott, Australian of the Year. What a rock star.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is also a tennis player. He just happens to be in a wheelchair as well. He's now retired. He's going to go and do the Australian of the Year thing for a year. I love the guy already. Seriously. I mean, Grace Tame, didn't she create some big shoes to fill?
Massive,
really. Massive. I would not want to follow her because I wouldn't have been able to keep up.
Yeah.
That woman is an absolute rock star in my turn too, particularly for that photo shoot where she kept a grumpy face on next to ScoMo. I mean, seriously, she's on my fucking Christmas card list now. Right.
Yeah, that's it. And also, speaking of tennis, if you get a chance, it's at the cinema at the moment, go and see King Richard, right? So this is the new Will Smith movie, and it's all about the Williams girls and their rise to fame.
Venus and Vanessa. No, Vanessa Williams was in She was in the rock band, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's a singer.
Yeah, that's right. She was in the No Scrubs one.
No, she wasn't in No Scrubs.
you know, like No Scrubs.
Isn't
yeah,
it?
Okay. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway,
Go check out
the Williams sisters. Yeah. So
but
make sure you
Ash
check
Barty,
it out.
Dylan Alcott, like what a pair of rock stars.
Yeah, fantastic.
I'm wishing Ash all the best with everything in the future and stuff like that. She has already made Australia proud. Good on her for winning the Australian Open. I mean, that was a bloody good game.
Amazing.
I mean, just absolutely fabulous and stuff. Watching her play was just beautiful.
Yeah.
People like Ash makes me proud to be Australian.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's it for another episode. And make sure you head over to Official Bad Boys Podcast. You can... we've got some competitions on there. You can, just, I don't know, what can you do on there? Look at Facebook. Like, what the fuck do you do on social media?
You can have a fucking great laugh. Absolutely. And look,
this is what I hate about social media, seriously. Like, you know,
you can listen to the podcast and lick yourself. Yeah. And of course, you can catch some sultry tunes on badboysfm.com. We're rejigging the playlist. We're getting it all together. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. We're bringing some comedy on board as well. And if you want to listen to that and lick yourself as well, fill your boots.
And if you see any cat memes on Facebook, make sure you put meow in the comments.
That's right. and tag us both so we can meow.
That's it. Thanks, guys.
Take it easy. Fucking good show.
Press plus or follow to hear more great episodes from the Bad Boys. Or check us out on our social media at Official Bad Boys Podcast on both Facebook and Instagram.